Welcome back to Sharing the Sweet Life, where we are baking through this delightful book. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Gideon.
We are gearing up for our favorite holiday,
Easter!
We're excited to celebrate the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Every year, our family makes a meringue cookie, appropriately called the resurrection cookie. However, this year we discovered a new cookie, simply called the Easter cookie. We'll be sharing these cookies.
The cookies!
As I was saying, we will be sharing these cookies two different ways. We will be sharing 2 dozen for the Relay for Life fundraiser.
And then we're heading over to a neighbor's house who has her mom, her adult daughter, and 2 little grandsons currently living with her for a while.
Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Have a good day. Okay, so the first step to making the Easter cookies is to beat in a 1/3 cup of sugar and 1/2 cup of butter. If I can fit this in. You might see more ingredients or more quantity because I am doubling this recipe. So just keep that in mind. Then we're gonna want to beat that together. Okay, now you're gonna want to scrape down the sides and just do it one more time to make sure that all the sugar and butter, I should say, is nice and beat together. Okay, now that that's all beat together, we're going to want to add in the egg yolk. Scrape down the sides first. Okay. That'll be 1 egg yolk. Okay, and you're just going to want to beat that in. And just to make sure that we have an even cookie and everything's nice and scrumptious, I just want to scrape down the sides. Okay, so now that the eggs, or egg yolk, sugar, and butter are now all beaten together, we're going to want to sift together the flour and all the spices. And the flour's quantity is 1 3/4 cup. Half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Okay, now we're going to want to set that aside and get your spoon and fold that together. Okay, so then we're going to want to fold in the currants. This is DYK News, interrupting your regularly scheduled program to bring you some breaking news. I'm your host, JB Morsel. Our reporters have discovered some appalling news that the dried currants that you buy in stores may not be real currants, but in fact, Xanthi currants.
No way!
Yes, way. But true currants are black or red, tart, and grown on a bush. Xanthi currants, on the other hand, are small, black, dried grapes grown on a vine. In 1911, the U.S. government outlawed all true currants, because they were thought to be causing a disease in the timber industry. However, at the same time, Greece was exporting boxes of small black grapes called Xanthi currants. The first box that arrived in the U.S. was mistranslated from Corinth into currant, and the name stuck. Even though these are not real currants, they will be perfectly fine to use in your cookies. Good day. Which are a third cup and a tablespoon of the dried candied orange peel. And again, we're going to want to fold those in. Okay, so this is what the dough looks like when we have added the currants and the orange peel and everything. It does look crumbly, but that's what it's supposed to look like. But to get rid of that crumbliness, we're going to want to add some milk, tablespoon by tablespoon, until it is a fairly soft dough. So a great trick to test your dough, if it is crumbly or soft, is by grabbing a little bit and just squishing it together to see if it is a nice dough. But as you can see here, it is still crumbly and not sticking together all the way. So we're going to add a tablespoon more of milk. That should just about do it. Here's what your dough is supposed to look like. It is a fairly soft dough, and it does not crumble anymore. Okay, this is how you might go about cutting all of these Easter cookies. You're going to want to take the cookie cutter and set it down as close to the edge as you can. And then you want to line the next cookie up at the very edge of the last cookie and not leave any space so that you don't waste any dough. This is what it looks like all cut out. As you can see here, I have left no spaces in between the cookies except for the parts where I couldn't make cookies. You're going to want to get rid of all the excess dough, as it is not necessary in baking. And it should just come off as easy as counting A to Z. Okay, now you've got this all separated and all and now you're going to want to put all these cookies onto parchment paper and then put them in the oven for 10 minutes on 400 degrees. We just got the cookies out of the oven, and they are not quite through cooking though, or baking all the way through. We are going to beat up some egg whites, which I have already done, and we're going to want to spread them on the cookies, or brush them on the cookies. Like so. So that when we put the sugar on the cookies, it'll easily stick to the cookies and not fall off. And if the cookie starts scooting around, you can also just hold the cookie to make it easier on yourself. So now we're going to want to sprinkle on the sugar to these Easter cookies. There are two ways that you can do this. It all depends on you, on which way you want to do it. One way is to put it on a spoon and just sprinkle it on the cookie. You can put as much as you want. Or you could also use your fingers, just like this. You want to do those to all of the cookies. Okay, these are the finished products, and they look a bit wonky, and as you can see here, the sugar has caramelized, and that might be due to the fact that we put too much sugar on. We don't really know. They're probably still gonna taste amazing all the same. So have a good day, and bye.
We are gearing up for our favorite holiday,
Easter!